Hi Judith, so here's a first pass at the various storage sites and little projects we talked about. This is the utility space, so let's make that translucent. There's probably scope to get a bit more in here, but at the moment we've just got a drying rack. Now at the moment there are only 6 millimeters to spare between this gap and the written spec of the drying rack. I think we should be optimistic and assume that is going to fit. If it doesn't, then that's something that I can take away and resell, and we'll put some shelves or something in there. But let's maybe think of a plan B just in case that rack doesn't fit. I've put some broom handle, it's called a storage track, and I'll send you some links of pictures to that. Good for brooms and things that can go on hooks, but there are other things that we could be doing with that space as well. Okay, that's all for the utility space. In the shed, again, let's make that transparent. Very simple 500mm deep shelves, open to ideas. There's lots of different ways we could spin this. There's probably room for some shallow shelves on this side, or you could create an L shape at the back. L shapes tend not to be that useful because what you end up with is a very difficult to access corner, so I'm not sure that's really getting you any further forward, but you do have, you know, a lot of space on that wall and a lot of space on that wall that you could do something with. Finally, under the stairs, I first of all started thinking about keeping the products, or a version of the products you've got, in that bottom corner, but it doesn't seem to work to me. I can't really see the logic in why you would do that. So let's look at a simpler, sorry, I'm up to the shed, stairs 2, a much simpler configuration of shelves on the back wall. I think this was going to be for dry goods, cans and things like that, so at the moment you've got a 300mm deep shelf there. Perhaps it doesn't have to be that deep, but you could also have a mix of shelves. You can have any depth, any length. If you had 200mm deep shelves, you could even get some shallow shelves on that wall as well, so you've got 2 arrays of shallow shelves rather than 1 array of deep shelves on that back wall. I've shown the same storage track on this little tucked away nib here. That's a possibility, although I'm just remembering as I'm talking you've got a sliding door on that panel there, and the fixings might interfere with that door. We could do it if we put a backing board on that panel, so if you want to use that space, I'll find a way of doing it. You've got a wall here. Theoretically you could put a storage track or storage boards or something on there, but anything you put on that wall is going to sort of inhibit access to getting in and getting round here, so it would have to be very, very shallow. I've got some ideas if you want to use it. Storage boards might be a good idea. Okay, that's it for now. I'll speak to you soon.